Hey Golf Gang, and welcome back to Path of Exile video. This one concentrating on the two heist builds I have running in 3.17 Arch Nemesis, the simulated League Start YouTube series character, card above for that one, and this one, which is the level 59 to 60 Endless Heist character. I'll put a video linked in the description below explaining Endless Heist. This is using the Chaos Recipe tool, link below to explain that as well. So previously on this character we were advising people to grab a level appropriate 6-link evasion energy shield base, armor base, and then throwing high life essence on there until you got an empty prefix to then craft the increased max life and mana. Using what I learnt from running the simulated League Start character, we have switched to an armor energy shield base. This 6-link base was a normal base which cost me 10C. It already had the colours on there I wanted. I then qualityed it and spammed high essences until I got an open prefix. That was the only one thing I wanted. I wanted the essence modifier, the 90 to 99 life, and then an open prefix. Ideally you would want an increased armor energy shield prefix rather than I've got a hybrid armor life modifier on there. I don't have enough chaos to keep spamming the essences, so that's what happened there. Be sure to make sure you get an item level 60 base, because otherwise it could roll modifiers that you won't be able to use, because we are running 59 to 60. This way you can force on the 90 to 99 life with the essence, but all the other modifiers on there will be limited by the item level. So that's the armor. We have still running our rat's nest. The reason for that is the increased movement speed. We can't use the Devotos because it's too high level. Also this has got the rarity of items. Now rarity only counts for mob drops inside the heist, but we use this helm because we can then force hopefully more heist gear to drop in a League Start environment, or if you're using this as a second character to just, like me, get some chaos in the mornings. We've got our two La Hope of Alls here. Both of these are worth about an X now. I brought them at League Start for a lot less than that. We've got our Hero's Bite, mainly for the stats and the life gain. That's what we're using that for. We've got our Quill Rain here, which is set up with our Anomalous Toxic Rain. We use Anomalous because of the skill effectuation, plus Void Manipulation, Vicious Proj, Efficacy, and Ballista Totem. Additionally, we have got Conk Effect in there. I'm not sure if that's an appropriate gem anymore, so I'll run some more testing and do another video shortly with my findings. Quick drink. In our boots, we've got Lionized Paws for the level 5 Rain of Arrows, and then the gems in there buff the Rain of Arrows. So we've got Withering Touch, Life Gain on Hit, Hex Touch with Despair. We're using Despair in this manner so we don't have to self-curse it or use a ring. We can't use a ring because we're not high enough level. We've got our lovely Stygian Vice, Tri-Res, Life, Mana, and then on there Energy Shield or Armor, either or. You could also go for a double res belt with the same prefixes and then craft on a Elemental Resist and Chaos Resist, just to get that Chaos Resist higher for the library tile set in Heist. In our gloves we have changed to a 4-link Toxic Rain that used to be in our chest. So we've got Toxic Rain, Vicious Proj, Void Manipulation, and Mirage Archer. I was testing Caustic Arrow in this, but running Heist with Caustic Arrow without an additional arrow is bad. Don't do it. We need Caustic Arrow in the beginning while we're leveling the character for one single target, and that works. But once you switch over into a plain heist build, you've got to have Toxic Rain. So that's the gear and the gem links. There's no changes to our flasks. I'll just scan over those for you so you can have a look. Our tree has also massively changed. We are still res capped. I just want to point that out. The reason for that is because we have dropped Sentinel. Sentinel is a great node to have, but it costs us 2 points, and then we would also taking the skill effect duration, which for 5. We've also moved this way for our starting rather than coming through here, again to save points. We've still got our replica conch and our conch efficiency. We've dropped Heart of Oak in favour of Primal Spirit and these mana nodes, mana flask effect nodes. And then what we've done is we've taken a Vitality mana reservation here on this life node. We've also dropped Resourcefulness, and we've taken this life node here to make up for the loss of life. And then we've come along here and grabbed a 2 passive small cluster, mana reservation and mortifying aspect. This duel must have mortifying aspect and 25% increased effect. Whatever else you get is personal preference really. The reason we want that 25% increased effect is because then it makes this 7 increased mana efficiency rather than 6. It doesn't affect the mortifying aspect roll, but it does affect that mana reservation there. So you're actually gaining 7% mana reservation there, and then the 50% mana reservation from Malevolence with the Chaos Resist, which is why we go for Mortifying Aspect rather than Determination one, because of the increased Chaos Res. Again, that library tile set with everything's Chaos damage is quite dangerous at our low level. Nothing has changed with our Ascendancy passives. We still take Onslaught, then Quartz of Fusion, then Avatar of the Chase, and we also take the movement speed here, and the rest is for spell suppression and evasion there, Mage Bane. Everything else is the same, it's just those notified changes really, and this makes our build a lot more tanky. We do less damage with our Toxic Rain on Bowcast, but that's fine because we're not really using it for the damage from Toxic Rain. We fire the Toxic Rain, down comes the Rain of Arrows, which applies our Withering Touch and Despair, and we gain life, and we plonk down 2 totems, wait for mana regen, break 3, hit them with the Toxic Rain and Rain of Arrows, and yeah, we've got some damage. We've lost the skill effect duration, which means our totems don't last very long, but when you're running through Heist, generally the Heist is over in a couple of minutes, so skill effect duration is a bit of a moot point really. The other thing I'm toying around with is, because of all of those changes and our very nicely rolled La Hoop of Alls plus Hiri's Bite, we have more than enough stats. I think there's also stats, yeah, we've got stats on our Abyss Jewel. This is the perfect rolled stat, although the life could be higher, but again it depends how much currency you want to throw into this build to make you more currency basically. We don't need the 24 strength in intelligence on the Agat amulet anymore. It's nice having the mana cost, because then it makes our Toxic Rain 10 and our Ballista Toxic Rain 26. With the -5 mana craft, we're down to 21 and 5. I am toying around with testing the Ashes of the Stars amulet and then running 60 to 61 contracts. I've never done that before, so I'm going to finish this Chaos Tool recipe run and then I will test it out. Ashes of the Star has a lower level of 60, so if we're careful and get one that isn't anointed but a decent rolled one, then it should be better. what I was going to do was use this same amulet and then allocate sovereignty, which is 60C, to buy the 3 silvers at current market price. But what I could do is spend that 60C and buy a Ashes of the Stars. It won't be a very well rolled one, but I'm toying around with that idea, and like I said, we would lose the mana cost. It might just be a case of having an Ashes of the Star means it messes up our mana, because although we get the mana reservation, it also increases all of our gems. So it's something I will test and get back to you. So that's that build. We will just grab our Enlighten, because I'll need those to test, show you the other build, and our Replica Conch. At the moment I don't have enough money to do both. So this character is from the Simulated League start, and this character has become amazing. I love it. In future patches, if nothing changes, I will definitely be running this build. So we've got a very similar tree set up. I'll just put the stuff back. Right, so on this one then we are running, this is a highly buffed. The second weapon is just leveling gems that I want for my collection in standard, so you don't need to worry about that. We've got our Devotos running Life Tap, Frostblink, Second Wind, Phase Run. Excuse me. These were ROG crafted and then spammed with the influence modifiers for the implicits, and then I crafted a strength intelligence modifier on there. We brought this from trade. I can't remember how much it cost. It was quite expensive. I think it was over 100 chaos, maybe even been an exalted orb, and then crafted on the non-channeling skills, and then applied the life and mana quality. We've got our Ashes of the Stars here, which I will borrow and throw on the other character in a minute. I forgot this character had this one. We've got a lovely amethyst ring, which we also brought from trade. Again, that was about 100C, I think. So although I said I wasn't going to invest, I did invest. We've got these gloves, which we've had for a long time, which are then spammed with influences. This is running our Cast and Damage Taken, Molten Shell, increased duration, and efficacy for the skill effect duration. So Molten Shell now lasts for just under 8 seconds. In this one we've got our Toxic Rain, Void Manipulation, Vicious Proj, and at the moment it's an Empower. I'm not sure if that is the correct gem. It may be that I changed that over for a Mirage Archer, because again this swaps out for Caustic Arrow when I'm doing mapping. So this character is map viable. At the moment I'm running a ton of heist contracts I've built up over the league that didn't sell on TFT, so this character is just leveling up in heist. We've still got our Quill Rain here, because a decent rolled C dot bow is a 10x with a movement speed implicit, so don't have the money for that yet. In this one we've got our Toxic Rain, Ballista Totem, Awaken, Void Manipulation. That cost me, that wasn't qualityed, I qualityed that cost me 5C. Vicious Proj, Withering Touch. We do have somewhere, there it is, we brought this for 60C. As you can see, I'm like 1 bar away from being able to use it, so that will go in the Toxic Rain. I brought this as is for 30C, level 3, 20% quality, Awaken Vicious Proj, 30C. There we go. We've got our Queen of the Forest here, Defiance Banner, Determination, Malevolence, Enlighten, Grace. We do need a 6th socket. It will become like the one we are running in on our other build. So the sixth socket will be a red Vitality on a Queen of the Forest, which is either ridiculously hard to roll, or you buy a 6 links and then try colouring it yourself, which I should have done in the first place. But at that time it was 3 blue and we were trying to roll clarity, which I've since found once you get the non-challenging modifiers on these 2 rings, you don't need it, especially when you've got a life mana modifier quality on this one, and there'll be one on there as well. So our core Toxic Rain 4 link is free, and our Toxic Rain Ballista is 12 mana. I could bring that down 11 with this, but our skill tree is looking quite tasty. It is very similar to the one we're running in the other one. Have done some changes. We still take Avatar of the Hunt, go up for Mage Bane. We've got Quartz Infusion, Avatar of the Chase, and Rapids Assault, and then we're going to come down for Way of the Poacher. We come down and get Graceful Assault. We get all this life node cluster for regen 2 life per second when moving. We get Fleetfoot with the mana res for Grace. We come through here for Intuition, and we get this life cluster with plus 50 max life. We come up here, Master Fletcher, get the spell suppression node, although this needs to change. It's completely pointless. I read it wrong. I just thought it was extra damage from crits. It's not. It's from suppressed critical strikes, which is completely pointless. So we'll just chop that off. We've got 50 life here, and then this will be a Vitality mana res, which I'm going to do now in case I forget. There we go. I know I don't have Vitality at the moment, but I will forget to do that, so I'll do it now. This is where our Replica Conch efficiency sits, and then we've got our mana reservation there. We've got Revenge of the Hunt there, which has got 10% move. We come up here for Coordination, Blood Siphon, Entropy, Fangs the Viper, and then we're over here and we've begun our cluster setup. So we've got Unholy Grace, Unwavering Reaver, Wicked Power with a Chaos Resist, and then we've taken all that, and then in the gem socket we've got a Conqueror's Efficiency. This will become a medium cluster as we level up, going into a small cluster. The same with this one. This will be another medium cluster going into a small cluster, and then we will drop the Conqueror's Efficiency jewel from here, pop a jewel socket over here, and it'll move over there, and which will then be replaced by a extra movement speed while affected by Grace, and percentage life regen while affected by Vitality Watcher's Eye when we can afford it. So that's where this one's going. This has been absolute brilliant to play. We no longer need that mana flask. That needs to change for a Stibnite flask, and then I just need to quality and roll them, etc. We need to change that, but my enkindling, I've got some more kindling orbs. Let's go. This needs to be an increased duration, preferably above 90. There it is. That'll do. That goes all the way up to 100, so depending on how many enkindling orbs, you can just sit there and spam them until you get 100% increased duration. So yeah, this is my favourite build. I will be putting together a better video with lots of documents and links and what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, for the silence I got stuck on the word. Credit to the person who came up with this build from the TFT Discord, and in the Heist channel. I'll try and dig that out, and then I'll put it all together, and with multiple builds for you to choose from. Hopefully nothing will change in 3.18, which is expected to drop in about the second week of May. That is an estimate going by all the chatter on the net. The very rough estimate of league end is May 10th to 17th. It's one of those 2 dates, and then obviously the next league 3.18 will start a week after that. Hopefully in the next week to 10 days, GGG will come out and tell us when exactly 3.17 will end, and we can put all our plans into effect. Sorry for the long video, I just wanted to go through everything and where I'm at. These two builds are what I'll be concentrating on. I'm throwing all my currency in. I had 4x and I had about 150 chaos orbs. Obviously I've spent some X, one on a new Hoop of All, because after I got rid of Sentinel on that build I was some fire risk down, so I needed another Hoop of All, and the other X was on the small cluster on that build as well. I am attempting to roll my own 6-link bow as and when I can. I'm trying to get it to roll +1 level of socketed with damage over time. I'll then multi-mod it and then add +2 support gems and damage over time, and then buy our hunter's exalted orb and slam it and hope. That's what I'm hoping to do. I don't know if that's the right way around to do it, but we'll find out. At that point I would have possibly saved myself about 5x, so we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you probably in another couple of days. I just want to do some testing with these builds, try and get my 6-link queen. I want to do it on this one because it's a 30% quality base, which dropped in Heist, so yeah, I'm happy about that. Thanks for watching, hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day.